Welcome back to SportsMax Zone. Round 5 action in the Jamaica Premier League got underway on the weekend with 4 matches taking place at the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence in St Andrew. Mount Pleasant clipped Arnett Gardens 1-0, Portmore United blanked Humble Lion, Dunby Holden were 3-1 winners over Malines, and Vere United outscored Harbour View 3-2. The last match of the round is underway, and of course, Waterhouse, they played Tivoli Gardens at the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. That score, Waterhouse scoring first, they got the first goal, and then Tivoli equalising with 1. So that match 1-1. Chris, following the weekend fixtures, we see Portmore United maintaining their position atop the standings.
Yeah, Portmore looking good so far. I think they made a couple of critical changes, especially in the last 2 games. I think Damar Rose, young Wood Marion, who has finally come in, has struggled with a knee injury over the course of his career. But I think he added that midfield impetus to Portmore. I think that link play, that ability to make those one-touch passes and so on within the midfield has really added to the potency of Portmore. I think he has been a great addition. And if you notice in the last 2 rounds, Portmore scored 6 goals, 3 in each. So I think that has made a major difference for them as well. Strong lineup. But one of the things I've noticed about the Premier League sides this year, and I think that's a great thing, their use of youth.
Definitely.
So far this season. A lot of young players coming out of high school entering these Premier League teams. And doing well and really making a difference. So, I mean, not that we should get rid of the veterans and so on, but there's an important part to play in terms of a mixture between experience and youth. And I think that's been a great addition by most of the coaches, none other than Ricardo Gardner as well.
Definitely, and while Portmore currently, they are the best attacking team with 9 goals, and they also boast of the best defence in conceding 2 goals. Ricardo Gardner, as you mentioned, doing something right, for sure.
Yeah, man, excellent. And even though they have gotten victories, if you listen to his interview in the last game, he still spoke about some things that need to be tweaked in terms of, transition and so on. I think that is important in terms of great attacking wise, but I think in terms of them getting back into formation, in terms of getting ready for their defensive duties, I think he wants to see that quickly done. In other words, you get wide when you're attacking, you want to get narrow when you're defending, close down the spaces. And I think that's an area that Portmore can probably improve on, just to restrict the amount of opportunities given to the opposition. But certainly going forward with the changes that he's made within the midfield, I mean, the captain Morris with Damar Rose and so on, I think they've got great link-up play without that middle. And vision was one of those things that are lacking, which is lacking a lot in Jamaican football, I find, generally. And I think Damar Rose is one of those players that is a visionary. He has that ability to pick the pass and so on. And they have created a lot of space in the last 2 games just because of small additions.
Yeah. And with the tweaks, hopefully they go on to, improve more. Well, Vere, along with Tivoli, are the only unbeaten teams remaining in the league after scoring only 1 goal from their opening 3 matches. The team from Clarendon is finding their form in front of goal, scoring 3 goals in successive matches. They look like they're going to be a difficult team to beat in the league. Are you in agreement with me? Do you disagree? What say you?
Yeah, and as I say, well, the only loss that has come to Portmore so far has been Vere United. They themselves have looked good. They have been solid. 3 wins and 2 draws so far. So they're an interesting team as well, playing good football, and it will be important to see how they go on as the season continues and so on. Yes, they have had a great start, but it's not about just the start, it's about finishing well as well, and I think that will be an important part for the Clarendon-based team. But again, great use of youth, and it will be interesting to see how they progress. Waterhouse as well, who have been undefeated, they maintain that as well with the 1-1 draw. So
with Tivoli.
So that was another thing that was interesting to see. Tivoli not able to put that defeat to Waterhouse as well. So they have maintained their unbeaten run as well. However, 3 draws out of 5 matches, not really where they would want to be at this point in the table.
Well, speaking about the table, at the bottom of the table, we have Humble Lions struggling. They are yet to get off the mark, and they possess the worst defense, 11 goals conceded, just 2 goals scored. It is as if Humble Lion were not ready for the league. Did they get ready?
It's a miserable situation for Coach Andrew Price at the moment. I mean, he's been lost for words, but they just look very disorganized. I can't say whether that comes down to him solely or just the players not following the orders given. But certainly Humble Lion, as I say, are all over the place. Their strategies look mismatched. They don't get into position well. They don't cover well. They don't recover. The switching of play and so on catches them out. They don't recover to the blind side. So they give up a lot of opportunities just because of that. Even going forward, it's not a cohesive unit. A lot of the time, it's more or less like a kick and run scenario or a solo effort, and that's part of the problem. When they're going forward, they don't go forward as a group, as a team, and so they're not very potent up front. And then when they're defending, they're not cohesive. There's no leader in the back line for Humberland, and I think that's part of the reason why they've conceded so many goals.
Yeah, so Chris, we want to take a live link from the match earlier today. Let's see. Let's take a look in at what's happening. So we can see Waterhouse, Tivoli, of course, 1-1 between both teams. We spoke about Waterhouse, you know,
getting that early goal.
Exactly, and being unbeaten so far. They're at the top of the table. Chris, do you expect Waterhouse to go on to win?
To win the game?
Or to win the game and to go on to win the competition based on what you've seen?
No, well, I find it a little bit far-fetched for Waterhouse at this point.
Look at the first goal, the manner in which Waterhouse was able to score. Chris?
Yeah, nice build-up as well, ball played in, and that nice through pass. Excellent turn there as well, just to open up the play and to expose the defense properly. That was really good play. And then to slot it into the far corner, great execution as well. But again, Waterhouse getting that lead after 63 minutes and still not able to maintain that. As you said, Tivoli would come right back into the game and so on. Resurgent is a word that usually used to describe Tivoli, and then excellent header down into the ground, keeper no chance, into the far corner. Great execution by Gray for Tivoli as well.
Yeah, so, and Tivoli equalizing there.
And getting a point. So that was important. I'm just not sure that Waterhouse is where they are at in terms of lifting the title. I think that Portmore and company might be a little bit too much strong for Waterhouse. In the last few seasons though, Waterhouse have been known sometimes, as you say, have struggles within the middle of the season or have these dormant periods, and maybe that is what has cost them titles. They do have these periods though where once they get on a run, they really put a lot of victories behind their belt. But I think that this season might be a little bit far-fetched for them.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see how this one turns out. But Chris, as we go to the break, we remind our viewers that the Jamaica Premier League continues on Saturday and all matches will be live on SportsMax. We got you covered.